nation. No donation, no salvation.
And remember, respect is everything.
And we're back. So, thankfully, I was able to sort of fix the lighting to a degree. Again, if it's still a little wavy on video, I apologize. For those here for the LEGO Transformers content, I'm already starting the 4th figure, so that's 2 figures left that I have to complete. I've already completed 3 of them. Once these 2 are done, then I can finally review them and go back to normal pace videos. So, again, sorry I've been uploading a bunch of filler content and other crap, like the gaming stuff. It's just, I don't like leaving the channel without content. So, today, we're going to look at Dead End. And I'm very excited to look at this figure because, if you guys know me, I'm a car buff. You know, I like my old school sports cars, and he is clearly based on the Porsche 928 two-door sports car, which is one of my favorite all-time sports cars because it just looks so cool. It was also featured in Scarface and a few other things like that. But anyway, the only issue I'm having with mine so far is I can't get the back to tab in quite right. But again, I love the car mode. I love the size. It's a nice, just really solid little vehicle. I love it. I think if you push this in, you can split him in half. So here, let's pull a Revenge of the Fallen sideways on this fool. It's not going to come apart. Whatever. We'll deal with that later. But yeah, I really love the car mode. I love 80s sports cars. I mean, I'm more of a 70s car guy because, you know, I like muscle cars and all that. But 80s was the ultimate decade for, like, weird sports cars, and I love it. Anyway, let's not waste too much time. Let's get to the transformation. Alright, before we begin, I normally don't do regular toy reviews. For those who are new here, I mostly do, like, Lego-type content, mostly stuff that I build. But, you know, if you're new here, I mean, feel free to stick around. You know, I got plenty of stuff for everyone. Again, I normally don't do these kinds of videos, but because, you know, I'm a huge Stunticon fan, and I love, you know, sports cars, especially from the 80s, you know, it was kind of hard not to just look at this in greater detail. So, you know, it is what it is. And I probably should be explaining this, but I mean, you can kind of see what's happening here. I mean, it's very Combiner Warsy, which is ironic because everybody now hates that original Combiner Wars mold, which I don't understand why. I mean, yeah, it was a wonky mess, and it was unstable as all hell, and it was pretty much like playing with like a silly putty octopus, for lack of better words. And what is going on here? Oh, that stupid tab. I'm not a huge fan of the little tab there in the middle, but anyway, again, sorry if the lighting's a little wavy, or the video, because, again, I use LEDs for my lights, so because I'm on a cheapo, crappy Samsung phone, I can't really adjust stuff like shutter speed or anything, because it doesn't really have those kind of features. So, naturally, the video may look a little weird because of the LEDs, since they're way newer than this phone is. But, you know, I go for a very kind of retro, kind of 80s aesthetic here, as you can tell by my lovely palm trees that I painted myself, by the way. So, you know, it kind of fits, you know, kind of gives it that cool old VHS effect. Why are these not coming apart? There we go. So, go ahead and spread that apart. This does not want to come loose. There we go. Fold that down. Fold this back. Fold the head out. Yeah, for those who wonder why I have such an obsession with the 80s aesthetic, it's mostly because of synthwave and, you know, games like Hotline Miami and all that, so. Well, that, and I just, you know, I grew up with a lot of 80s type material, you know, like RoboCop and all that, because, you know, I was just crazy like that as a kid. I always liked really intense, like, messed up action movies like that, especially with all the satire. Like, RoboCop, just a cool series of films. But anyway, we're here to talk about Transformers, which, anyway. So there is Dead End in his robot mode. And I really love it. I mean, this is probably the best Chug Dead End we've had in a while. And yes, I love the car backpack. It's so clean. I mean, it's not too big, but I mean, okay, the legs could be a little better, but I mean, come on. I mean, that's just beautiful right there. That is I mean, if you ignore his legs. But, yeah. I mean, his articulation is basic. I mean, not much to it. Pretty standard Chug stuff. Let's go ahead and give him his weapons. I think these are the same as, well, they're not the same, but they're very similar to, what's-his-face's guns. Drag Strip. They're very similar, because they both have dual pistols, which I think is kind of cool. So, again. But, anyway, that's pretty much all I got in terms of this figure. Again, sorry if videos are kind of delayed and all over the place. It's just, you know, this project has been a very big one, so this is the starting point of the 4th figure. It's going to be a 5-figure review, so naturally, you know, I want them all to be as good as can be. So, you know, I don't like to rush, you know, stuff like that because, obviously, you know, my LEGO creations mean a lot to me, and I like doing these things justice. So, anyway, I already got a couple videos coming out in the meantime so that I can have a little bit of leeway to work on stuff while, you know, you guys can enjoy that while I'm actually finishing my latest project, but until then, you all have a good one.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!